Hi everybody, it's Rolex here once again with another update on my Magic Find character. This one it's going to be my min max, or maybe it's just like I settle down for this one before changing my build to Headhunter. This is gonna be my stable build now. Because I think this is like feel comfortable enough to play, and I die late, maybe I die once in every maybe like 10 to 15 maps, so it's a good number now, and I think this is a really good and comfy for for farming. And most of the clip you would see here is going to be with the two inspired learning, but my current character right now has three already, and I'm going to explain everything, every single choice that I made on the character after you see how the gameplay goes. And obviously I can't really get the character to level really fast, and I don't want to waste my time trying to make a build a little bit more tankier to get level. That's why I just doing the 5 race rotation. I spent about 6 exalts on the run, and getting me about like 12 runs or something to my character getting to level 95 after I hit level 87s, and then I decided, well, it's not worth anymore. Like, it's just like it's so stressful trying to get level, because if you messed up, you die. If you find Harbinger with like a big ball, lightning ball, you just die, because like most of the time lightning damage is just not really forgiving, because you have no lightning resistance. And if you're not stealing the mods for monsters that has lightning resistance, or maybe elemental resistance in general, you just die. Like, you have minus something resistance. That's not really fun playstyle that I would want. And obviously I need to respect a lot of points to get my character tanky enough to go into the 5 ways, because in that place you're still going to get hit and probably die, right? Some volatile will kill you, and I am just going in like EU realm, which is not really my place. I play in Singapore realm for most of the time, well, all the time actually. And then I do 5 way. I did 5 way in like EU realm, sometimes in Russia. It's a bit of a weird stuff there. 200 pings is just not really a good play to be. So I need to make a character a little bit tankier, about like 3 point something K life, with a good amount of evasion, with grace up, like maybe 30,000, 40,000. Some people running Defiance banner, so they get 50,000 evasion. That's pretty good. That's pretty niche. Somebody even run determination for the party, which is really nice. I would say that a lot of people try to keep people keep their party alive. They don't want see everybody like anybody losing their 1 exalts and die, and not gaining XP, even losing XP, in that case, right? So yeah, I did that to get to level 95, and then I finalized my build, selling all of the the nurse card for a bunch of exalted orb to get my character going. It's not gonna be that much for like the gear changes. It's most likely gonna be like trying to min max the passives and getting the inspired learning in the last place. So that's gonna be it for the like the showcase and the overall, something like that. And I'm gonna show you build right now how far that I make this character. So it's gonna be the same character with level 95. I die. I would say that this character has been dead a lot, almost 200 times now, which, you know, it's fine. I mean, you can die less than this if you make your character a little bit better, make your, like some of your, Crankle to have a little bit more resistance and stuff like that. You can obviously get the lightning resistance to be not negative if you're not doing weird stuff like I'm doing right now. You can get a lightning resistance on helmet. I'm using the Gowl because I just want the shrine, and also I have this one laying around, and I bought it for like 1 exalt in the early league start. Somebody just crankled this because, like, I don't know, they got like double corrupt and they just don't want it. I don't know. They just sold it for 1 exalt, and I just bought it. because it's cool, lightning leech and maximum power charge. So why not? I'm still using the same old setup, so nothing changes there. Flasks is still the same. I'm using, saving divine life flask of laying, which is the bleed and corrupted blood immunity. I don't have corrupted blood immunity jewel. That's because I don't want to afford spending 2 3 exalts on unique jewel and using it, or even spend like 40 exalts for inspired learning with the corrupted blood. uh you can also get a corrupted blood, cluster jewel, something like that. Maybe just the small one, to get your character running. You have one small jewel socket here. I have one more here. I could put it there, but it's just, it's not really worth. I can just like praise my life loss and not dying, or die if I, it's too slow. uh Using white oak, I'm not even quality it because I want to use the bench for quality. I don't want to spend like 20 glass bubble. Maybe if I feel like the duration is a little bit too short, I would just bubble it up. But it feels fine for me, for the most part. And most of the time, this flask keeping you alive from lightning damage, because your lightning resistance is the lowest. And when you place, when you praise both Dying Sun and the White Oak, your lowest is going to be lightning all the way. Because like if you stole some mods that had resistance, they're gonna increase all the resistance, and the lightning resistance is still gonna be the lowest. So it's keeping you alive from the lightning resistant, lightning damage a lot. And damage penetrated wise, it's not really, it's not really doing anything. I think, yeah, it's still doing a cold pen, so it's very very strong still. Quicksilver, that's the go-to. You would want the movement speed mod instead of crit chance, but I got crit chance and increase effect, so why not? I'm still using this. It's still fine. It works fine. You feel, not too fast, but well, it is what it is. You're getting really really bad movement speed on your chest anyway, and then you have 10 movement speed here, so you get minus in total, so it's not very good. But you have tailwind, so tailwind's actually keeping you fast when you're mapping and when you're stealing a lot of mods. So I think that's keeping up very very nice, because you're playing Deadeye, you have tailwind, you have free tailwind, you don't need to use boots for tailwind. And if you go for boots for tailwind, you don't gain 20% quantity, which is the big deal. Like I think the boots is the most important one for the Magic Find. Any Magic Find character, the boots is just very very nice. If you want to make a Magic Find character, obviously. And the Quas Flask, because I don't have any way to gain, the facing. So facing is very very nice when you run into the packed monsters and you want to get out really fast, when you don't have your dash up, which it's down about 2 seconds every time you press it. When you randomly press it in the middle of the pack, and then you want to walk away, you can just press quads and just face away, right? This one is also the freeze and immunity, freeze and chill immunity, because I don't have any way to get a freeze and chill immunity. You can get it by stacking a bunch of avoidance, but I don't have it. And I don't, like want to spend currency or spend the geo slot for, chance to avoid. And then I'm using 3 of inspired learning, like I said before. Most of the clip that you've seen before, it was just like 2, but yeah, I decided, well, I got like 6 nurses laying around. I'm just gonna sell all of them and then just put in a new one. But I end up dropping this inspired learning instead, so I saved about like 7 exalts in that time. I don't know how much price of the inspired learning now. It's about 7 exalts, so yeah, I saved about 7 exalts, because I dropped this one myself. As you can see, like item level 71. That's a pretty good drop. Like it saved you a lot of currency. But if you don't need, if you don't have this dropped, maybe you can just buy it, right? But inspired learning on this character is just huge, very very huge. If you can get headhunter, yes, obviously you go for headhunter, but headhunter is way more expensive than the inspired learning, and you can get inspired learning running by just one. You're having 0 inspired learning and having 1 inspired learning, it's huge different. Like it feels so much different. sometimes you still like the speed mod, and your character would run so fast you would clear map much faster, even with like 20 seconds, right? Even in 20 seconds, it will get you to the floor, so it's very good. You need at least one of inspired learning, I think, for this build to feel nice to play, especially with this setup, because you have no life, you have no evasion. You have Valkyries, but that doesn't do anything. It's just like 15% flat evasion, and chance to suppress whatever like suppress spell damage dealt to you is unlucky. It's nothing because you're not suppressing anything. You have like 10% chance to suppress spell, which like nothing. So Valkyrie doesn't do much, but it's still there, like because you still want to dodge something, want to dodge some attack. And everything is just like for inspired learning here. Everything is for inspired learning. You get, the frenzy charge is very nice. Endurance charge doesn't do anything. Mana doesn't do anything. Cloth and chain is nice, getting you a little bit of resistance, and then inspired learning for that. I decided to move in here to get graceful assault because this one keeps you onslaught up a lot easier, and you don't have to run any onslaught flasks with this, so you just run through monsters and with like 60% onslaught effect. You can drop these because if you can drop like intelligence, which I can't do right now because I need 8 more intelligence, so that's why I'm still like, yeah, this is worth. But if I have enough intelligence, I would drop this and drop the whole cluster of this, and then just anoint the graceful assault on my amulet, and then I can have like 1 2 3 4 5 points to get wherever I want to be, which is probably going to be like the clusters and stuff. That's pretty much how I want to upgrade the character so far, just to gain a little bit more movement speed, or maybe just the way to survive things, maybe some resistance and stuff. But this is the character that I've been running with for maybe like about almost 100 maps now. I don't think it reached 100 map yet, but I got 13 nurses already, and I sold 12 of them. Yeah, I sold 12 of them. I got one left here, and as you can see, I have 9 exalts. So the rest of the money just go for this character levelings and gearing and stuff a lot. Just by inspired learning alone, it's cost me 20 exalts already with like 3 of them. Seven exalts, one of them, and then another one of them like almost 5 exalts, and then another one it's like 6 exalts. The first one I bought it for like 4 point something exalts, like 4 exalts and 40 chaos. That's pretty cheap. And then the next one was like 6 exalts. So the price is going up quite a lot, and I think it's gonna settle down for 7 exalts now because it stayed here for a day, and I don't think it's gonna go up anymore. So if you want to make this build, like you need at least 1 inspired learning, but I recommend you get 2. You get 2 inspired learning, your character is gonna feel so much better. It's gonna be so smooth in mapping experience, and of course, if you can get a headhunter on your hand, this is gonna feel like way better, and you're gonna clear so much faster, and you can probably get level as well if you get a headhunter. Yeah, your character might not be dying, once every 10 or 12 or 15 maps. Your character might not even dead, like because you have way more flexibility, because you can get dexterity and a lot of strength on your belt, which I don't have right now because 35 strength. Oh yes, and I changed my belt. That's the thing that I changed, because my old belt is like it has 4% increased strength. If it was 5%, I think I'm using this still because it has like increased flash charge again, which is really amazing. Because the Dying Sun really really need charges to use. But if I'm using this, as you can see, I need a lot of strength, a lot of strength. So that's why I'm using the Visco's Leech with no corruption. If I would like it to be, it would be like maybe something like this with no no strength and dexterity stuff. because like fast charge gain is very very nice, and it's combined with your primal spirit. Wait, wait, you don't have wait, it doesn't have the flash charge gain anymore. Why did I go get this? Maybe it's just for strength and intelligence, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, there's no flash charge gain anywhere, which is gonna make your Dying Sun feels bad. Even a lot of monsters you still using Dying Sun not that often. Like it's just not up all the time. 45 charges is way worse than you think, compared to like 30 and 15, right? And yeah, that's pretty much the character. If you want to see my character, I'm gonna like plug in some profile. You can just import it. I changed this character here and there quite a lot, but I think this is gonna be my my go-to now, and I probably gonna get some jewel here if I can drop some intelligence node and drop all these fives and then get a new jewel. Maybe getting a little bit more set up on the cluster jewel as well. But this is gonna be my setup for now, and I think I'm gonna farm headhunter by doing this. Like just the nurse and stuff. And yeah, it's the the series is going to be farming headhunter again, and I'm not going to use any scarab because scarab going up in price a lot, and I don't like it, and I don't feel like it's worth, like the price of scarab, the divination card, the Harvey, and the strong boxes. A lot of people are trying to do this, trying to replicate the, the choices that a lot of people do because it's just way better than any other way to farm the tower. So this is the best way to farm tower. Maybe you can go for blight, but I hate blight and I don't do blight on low tier map. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm just doing delirium chance instead. So getting 3% mirror of delirium, that's pretty good. Instead of 8%, you're getting 11%. So it's very nice there. This is my go-to. If you want to copy it, like just copy it. I'm not worried about like people just doing farming tower and the price of the nurse drop. I don't care about that because I want to get hit into anyway. So that's gonna be my series. That's gonna be what I'm doing, and I'm gonna get the headhunter in the end. Maybe it's gonna take a week because it's much easier to get now with the Scourge monsters and Scourge maps. And I Scourge my map a lot, but I haven't run them. I just Scourge them like a lot. Like look at this, right? And I happen to get this one, which is insane. Like it's insane. Like 240 more maximum monster life. It's nothing because it's basically 2 times more tanky, but well, it's tier 3 map, so 2 times more tanky. It's not even gonna compare to like tier 9 or tier 10 maps monsters. So it's still gonna be easy to kill, and it dropped 22 additional basic currency item. So in this one, I'm probably gonna juice up with the prophecy with twin or whatever to get the most out of rare monster in the map. And I don't know if I can do it with this character, but if I can, then I have other character to do with it. So this one is gonna be a big drop for any currency in the game. I would say that maybe I would get like 1 exalt here. I don't know, but that's pretty much it for the character so far. And if you have any question, you just like write down below, and I will make a like a series again with strategy that I will provide you in the series itself, because I can't really talk it too much because like I don't know what I'm going to do yet, because I'm considering using Delirium Orb, because well, even though it's expensive, it's not as expensive as the Scarabs combined. If you use 4 Scarabs in total, that's basically like 40 chaos per map, right? Because it's about like 10C each. Some of them lower than 10C, some of them higher, so they usually going around 10C for each of them, and that's mean you're using 40 chaos per map. So but these things are only like 20 chaos like at most, or maybe I'm gonna use like the worst one, right? So it's gonna be like 15 chaos, 10 chaos. So it's about 10 chaos per map. So it's not that bad compared to the Scarab. But yes, obviously you can still break your map because you have to apply the realm orb before corrupting them, like this one, right? I break this one. It's turned into a layer map. I can still run layer map. It's not bad. Like I can still run it. So if I want to run some of these, bricked map, I still can because my character can run any reflect map. Except, oh yeah, I happen to notice something about the game mechanic. Uh, because I was running a reflected map like always, right? And this one is 50% reduced reflected damage, and you have this one with 60% reduced reflect elemental damage. That's mean you getting 110% reduced the reflected elemental damage taken. If you roll the sextant, I think this worked this way. I don't know, because I run the map and I kill myself because of that. If you roll the sextant that has increased cold damage taken 12%, you take 2% reflected damage. 2% of reflected damage. So if you roll a map with like 15% reflect, means you take 2% of 15%. And you most likely can kill yourself because you have a lot of buff. When you stack up to like 20-30 buffs of the headhunter, you can most likely not headhunter, inspired learning, you can most likely kill yourself. So be aware of that. Be aware of the mod like this. So I'm blocking both lightning damage and cold damage because I don't care about fire damage. My character deal like basically 0 fire damage. Like if I get like a lot of fire damage from the mods on monsters, yeah, my character would probably die. Like, but it's rarely gonna happen. Maybe I would do that after I get my headhunter, because headhunter gonna give you a lot of extra damage. Extra everything, right? Fire, cold, and lightning. So maybe after that, I will do the cold, fire, and lightning to block the bad mod, because you don't need those mod. You don't want to risk your character, or if you want to be immune, you have to get like another 10% reduced reflect elemental damage taken, which you could probably get from from the wait, where is it? Reflected. I don't think there's any more of the reduced reflected elemental damage taken now. Yes, there's none. Okay, so yeah, you need to get maybe on like something, I don't know. Like you can't really rely on this. You can get it on a Watcher's Eye, I think, like from one of the mod on the purity. I don't know, maybe not purity, maybe like something else. I don't know, but yeah, it's not perfectly immune to reflect. So if you need to, you need to block the mod that you don't want. And I also run with like 4 sections always, right? So that's pretty much it. And you put the sextant in, like 4 of them. You click map open, and then you just pull it out, so you can sustain the map. Yeah, sustain the map. That's pretty much how I played the character, how I build the character. If you have any question or any idea to like suggest on the build, yeah, you can write it down below, and maybe I will read it. I will read it all, like, because I don't have much comments anyway, and then I will probably reply to every single one of them if there has any value to me, or if I feel appreciated about the suggestion. But yeah, if I don't feel like I would do it, yeah, I will politely disagree. But yeah, that's pretty much how it's gonna go. So that's gonna be it for this video, and hope you guys enjoy, and then we back with the series in maybe the next video. Bye.